Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We're using the great free plugin Divi Brain add-ons today, and we're going to do these post modules. And you've got plenty of options for them. We've got them on top of each other here. We've got a sort of grid version here. Really easy to do. Like I say, I'm using the free Brain add-ons for this, and I'll put this link below the video if anybody wants to check it out. Just go here, download the free version. Everything we've done so far with this in our playlist below is done with the free version. They do have a paid version. You get all these modules with the free version. The post list is the one we're using today. The paid version, you get a few more modules. Like I say, we're using the free version for this today. So once you come to this page, just hit the download free and you get the free version. Install and activate like any other plugin. Alright, well, let's get started. I'm going to enable the Visual Builder. Now I've got a section here, and for convenience I've just put in 2 columns and I've got the same module in both columns. So I'm going to delete this and we'll start from scratch. So there's my 2 columns. I'm going to hit the little dark button to add a new module. Divi standard comes with all the light grey modules, plenty enough to build just about any site. When you add WooCommerce, it'll give you another dozen as well to help display your products. These sort of bluey purpley ones here are the ones you get free with the Brain add-ons. And the one I want today is the post list right there. Now obviously, if you're doing what I want to do today, you've got to have some posts. And by default it's on post, but, and this is really interesting, you can also add pages, media, or projects, which is fantastic. So you can list a few of your pages if you think they'll be interesting on your page. That's a nice little feature there. You don't see that very often. But I'm going to leave it on post today, and like I say, to use posts you have to have some posts. If you don't have posts, nothing's going to show up there. Okay, put the categories you want to include. I'm just going to include mine, the ones that I built for the great ticker that this plugin has also got. And there we are. Pretty much by default that's got everything I need here. You could have that as full width and that's going to be a beautiful little display. Now as with most post slides, you can organize them by date or title, have them ascending, choose the number that you want to appear up there. Down below we've got elements. Now you can choose to show the featured image or not, depending on the style of your page obviously. And then if you don't, you've got a little icon here, and you can choose from Elegant Themes icons what icon you want to display here, and obviously you can style that how you will. I'm going to go ahead and show my featured image, and of course if you don't want to use an icon, just turn that to off. Now you can show the author and the date if you want to. I'm not using that at the moment, but if you do, just flip these to on. There's the author, there's the date. But I'm happy to have that. Oh, I just want the title and a little excerpt of the content there. Okay, going on down. If you want to link the whole module to somewhere, I mean, when you hover on any of these, they're going to link to the actual post that it indicates there. But if you did want to link the whole module to go somewhere else, you put it in here. I don't need to do that. Pretty rare that you probably need to do that, but it is an option. And like with most links, best practice, if you're linking to your own site, leave it in the same window. If you're linking off site to somebody else's site, open it in a new tab, that way your site stays open. Here obviously you can put in a background, gradient, image, video. I'm happy to have mine just as it is, so I'm going to take that away. Okay, let's just go back up to elements. One thing I didn't mention, you've got an excerpt length here. If you want less words or more words here, just type in the number right here. For instance, I got 150 there. If I was to put 50, it's a lot shorter obviously. Again, I'm happy with that 150. Okay, let's move on to our design tab. I'm going to go to the common tab here. Now you can display it as a list that we've got here, and the other one that I had on the right was a grid, and I'll show you how to do that one in just a minute. Post spacing, there's 15 pics. You can spread them out or make them even closer if you want to. 15 is pretty cool. I might up that to 20. And as with all Divi modules, either slide this, type in a value, and you can increment up and down with the little arrows at the side there. Post padding, if you want to add a bit more, left, right. For instance, we can put a bit more on the right and push it over here. But again, I'm happy with that. You can align these left. I'm going to leave that here for this one. You can put them in the middle. The image goes on top. We'll use that for the grid in a minute. Or of course you can put it on the right if you want to. If you want to put a background color or gradient in, this is where you do it. I'm happy to have mine just like that. If you wanted to, that's an option. And if you wanted to round off the corners for each post, for instance, let's put a sort of light color in the background there, and you can round off your corners here if you wanted to make them that sort of shape. But again, I'm happy with mine just being the generic. As with most Divi modules, if you're doing corners, if you've got the little chain link there, it'll do all four at once for you. If you wanted to do different types, make crazy shapes, just uncheck that and you can do all kind of different crazy shapes if you want to. But like I say, I'm happy with having it just as it is. And with most Divi modules, if you've entered something in there that you don't like, simply select it and hit the delete. It'll go back to the default value for you. I'm going to take that color away. Okay, if you want to add a border, this is where you do it. Just increment up, give it the border height that you want and the color below. For this particular one, I'm not going to use a border. And you've got the usual CSS styles for border, solid, dotted, dash, etc. Box shadow, if you want to add box shadow, that's right there for you. Here's a great one, the featured image itself. Now you can make it wider and you can make it taller. So let's make it a bit wider and we'll make it a bit taller. I'm just making mine so it kind of matches the amount of excerpt we've got there. You can add a bit more spacing if you want to push the excerpt over a little bit. Of course, the more it pushes over, the more it's likely to double up. I'm going to leave mine just like that. And again, you can have rounded corners on your image. Now they're kind of set to be fairly square, or if you've done it with a height, let's make them exactly square. So we'll make them both 100. If you wanted to, you can make these completely round by giving them 50% on the borders. And that would turn them into round images. Depending on your style, that may or may not work for you. But again, I'm going to leave mine just as the square ones. I like that. Okay, well, I'm pretty happy with that. You can style your title and your excerpt if you want to, and you've got all kind of fonts to choose from. You can make them light, semi-bold. Divi by standard comes with literally hundreds and hundreds of fonts. I have never looked through them. I've been using Divi for years and years, and I'm sure I haven't looked at all of these fonts. Just hover over one, it'll give you an example of what that font's going to look like. But again, I'm happy to just leave mine on the default there. And you can do exactly the same with the excerpt. You've got spacing top if you want to add some more spacing, font, weight, color, capitalization, etc., like any other Divi text module. Okay, well, I'm pretty happy with that, so let's save this. And there's the list type for you there. If I just clone this, two little squares to clone it, you can use a grid shape one. I'm just going to drag one of them over. It doesn't matter which one, they're both exactly the same. Let's go into this one. Let's change this to a grid. So we go over to our design tab, common. Change this to a grid. Move this out of the way so we can see. Now then, I only want 2 items per row because I've got a short row here. There we go. Okay, not really happy with the way that's displaying. So let's go on down. Post alignment. I'm going to put them in the middle for this. There we go. And that's a nice little feature there as well. You can put a background color in if you want, again here. And you can give it rounded corners again if you want here. It's exactly the same editing. Now the only thing I really want to do here, let's just close this one up. Again, you can tweak this until it looks how you want it. My sort of image is that kind of shape. That works for me. Again, rounded corners and everything if you want to. Title and excerpt, well, they're fine. If we go back into our common, we can add a little border to each of these if you want to do that. Just roll on down. There's the border right there. Just put in the thickness that you want it. Put the color in that you want it. I think I'll keep that to 1. And just for fun, to lift it off the page, I'm going to put a little bit of box shadow behind there. Now you've got spacing that you can add in the title and excerpt here. We're on the title at the moment. Obviously you can change everything like you can in the others, but if we go to the excerpt, let's add a little more spacing on the top there. Just gives that title a little more breathing room. And we've just scratched the surface on these. There's just 2 variants there. Play with them and you can get some wonderful looking post modules. I'm just going to take the actual number of modules down on this one. Just to make that 6. Just to keep it in line. And you could have posts on one side and pages on another side. There's a lot of opportunities there. And like I say, for a free plugin, this has got some fantastic features. I'm really impressed with it. So let's save our changes. Make sure everything's going to work on the front end. Exit the Visual Builder. And there we have it. There's our nice little post list module. And that is a wonderful little feature, like I say. So once again, we've been using the Divi Brain add-ons. It's absolutely free. Download it from here. You'll find the link below the video. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.